Alright, so for the French Grand Prix, we have V Fens on pole with a 28.9 starting on the Ultras. Closely followed by Alan Hugo, DRC Jared on the Super Softs. President Cosby starts 4th on the Ultras. New Zealand Ryan starts in 5th on the Supers. That Lady Person starts 6th on the Ultras. And then we have Warden, Neon, Zadona, Roscoe rounding out the top 10 all on Supers. With Poms for the first free choice attire in 11th, followed by Team at Mardik, HO, I'm Death Bro, Juice Mars, Conrad Straight, TPR Edge, Master Berserk, Top Banter, and that is all, I believe. I think anyone else is here that joined in quali.
That is all. Yes, that is all. And let's get set here for round number 8 of SRL APAC. And clear skies as we have expected. So we'll have a look at the tyres once we get this formation lap underway here in Frauds. And this will be definitely confidence booster for V-Fed to get pole. He hasn't had the best perfect races lately, but pole position is very good for him, and he'll be able to get a good result here tonight. For his sake, he'll probably be hoping for the win, but I think a podium would be even more sweeter, but we'll have to wait and see. Tyres will play a part, no doubt. But, I thought he turned formation lap off for a second. Let's have a look at the tyres real quickly, and look at that. Yeah, so we have 3 on the Ultras, that being Fens, President Cosby, and Lakey Person, and then we have 4 on the softs, that being Poms, Titman-Mardik, HO, and Master Berserk. And pretty much everyone else is on the super soft tyres. But, Owens, who do you think will get this one?
Great question.
That is a great question.
Look, I think Alan Hugo and DSO Jared are in the prime position to fight it out. Whether Ryan's got better race pace than them is a good question. We could also look for someone like Tim at Mardik starting at the back on the softs, and he's going to go, I would expect he's going to go quite long and, try and stretch it out. So, long story short, I have no idea.
Well, I'll say this, Ryan in another league here in France, I think he started like 2014 or something like that, and he almost won the race, basically. So, if you say New Zealand Ryan down in 5th, oh no, don't need to worry. President Cosby, by the way, in 4th is such a great result for him. And he did have good place, I believe, in Australia. He was almost on for a podium, I believe. I think. I can't remember that.
That's correct, yeah.
Yes. So, he'll be looking for a good result here tonight as well. But my prediction, I think Jared. I think Jared's very quick here. But anything can happen.
He's in a good rhythm as well.
Yes. Anything can absolutely happen here. So, Fens will lead them from Alan Hugo, DRC Jared, President Cosby, and New Zealand Ryan. Alan Hugo will be looking for those golden starts he's gotten for the first few races of the season. He'll be looking to get those back.
Could be tough though. Fens on the Ultras, and even President Cosby in 4th could be looking to get the jump on Jared and maybe even Hugo if he has a good enough start.
That's right. And here we go. About to get set as we wait for a Sauber. Oh dear, we have 2 cars inside each other, but we have to get racing here. It's Fens versus Alan Hugo as we are racing in France. It's a good start for V-Fens. He gets the job done over Alan Hugo. DRC Jared is right on the McLaren. Can he get the move done? Jared, very close there between the two. But Alan Hugo just holds on. Oh,
Ryan's
there's a Ferrari round.
This,
Ferrari, there's chaos. There's chaos. Neon, Poms, and I think I'm Death Bro. And the small yellow... Jared's got the move done for 2nd. I apologise for missing that, but Jared has got the move done. President Cosby's gone down to 7th.
Top
but his Fens that leads at the moment.
Good start.
Oh, there was absolute
HO's
chaos in the mid-pack.
looking
And
good.
a 5-second stop-go
Oh.
penalty for Warden. Going one place during yellow flags. That is disastrous for him. And look at this. Top 3 in the championship, all near each other at the moment. As Fens will be definitely trying to bridge that gap here at the moment.
Ben's had a good start. He's up to 10th, keeping his nose clean.
Yes. Fens also just fantastic stuff for him. Jared! Very close there, but...
Roscoe's made a mistake.
Oh, Ryan's raw! Second, third and fourth right on each other at the moment. As... Oh, fail! I thought... Lost a bit of the lead there, I think, Fens. That has lost him a bit of time. That's not what he wanted. Just already has a time penalty. But Fens leads at the moment. As Alan Hugo looking for maybe the move here soon on Jared. He's got Ryan behind him, but
Ooh.
Alan Hugo could get this move done here shortly. Also, Lago has a... Yes.
Nah, sorry.
As Alan Hugo... Fens is... I think Fens is... I don't know, he might be slowly struggling on those ultras maybe, but Alan Hugo... He's gonna... Oh, I don't know if you can do it that far back, Alan. Oh, he looked for it for a moment, but he knew it probably wasn't the right move. Alan Hugo! Close there. This battle for the lead is starting to heat up here. It is definitely starting to heat up. They're all...
Now Treedome's going to go around the outside of Palms.
The top 8 are all under basically a second of each other. If you get what I mean, for the gaps. But...
The gap between them all is
yes.
less than 8 seconds.
Yes. But the gap between each other is now Alan Hugo. Once again... Still, and Alan Hugo does the fastest lap in the race. He looks like the quick... I think he's the quicker car at the moment. He absolutely is. And so it looks like only one car pitted.
Hugo's got a penalty.
He does. Looks like only one car at the moment has pitted, and that's how I'm Death Bro. So whatever happened at lap 1... looks like not many other people got involved in it and got damaged. But look at this. Jared could set up Fancy for the move. He's going to go for it. DRC Jared, can he get it done? Round the outside. Very close between the two. And I think, well, Fence trying to hold on here. He lets him go. Jared gets the mid, but Fence will find him back here. Alan Hugo also is watching this thing. Oh, it's...
Oh!
There could have been contact there. Fence. I think locked up there, but Jared holds on and gets to lead this race.
Move.
Alan Hugo now, yeah, it was a great move. Alan Hugo now will want to get past Fence here shortly. He absolutely will. And he goes for it.
Oh, he's gone for it.
Alan Hugo. Fence fights him back though. In the final corner, Alan Hugo is still on between these two. Ryan can watch this and enjoy. Fence to Fence. Alan Hugo looking for the mid baby around the outside of the Fence. He's got it done just. But Fence, he's going to look for it back here.
Ryan's
Fence
in the mix.
He's going to look for it back. Ryan. Oh, there's contact.
Oh.
But no turnaround. Alan Hugo manages to keep it.
Ryan's going to have a good run here.
And that's what Alan Hugo will be wanting. Ryan to get the move done on Fence. Ryan looks for the move. But Fence has gone for the move on Alan Hugo. There's all Fence. He's hit Hugo. There's chaos. Hugo. And now Ryan He's going to get the both. Maybe. No, I think Alan Hugo's... no.
Warden's got a great view of this.
I thought we were going to go free wide there for a second. Oh, Fence.
Oh.
Fence. I thought he was going to hit Ryan there.
Oh.
Ryan and Fence side by side. And Ryan has got the move done for third. Warden
going to get him?
goes for the move on Fence. Little bit of a tap there. And Laggy person might come sailing through here in a minute.
Fence is getting gazumped.
He is. Ooh. Oh my goodness me. So Fence has now gone back to 5th. Incredible. So now Alan Hugo here in 2nd. Ryan now 3rd. Warden now in 4th. As both Warden and
all
Ryan
get time penalties.
the same time, both of the teammates get a time penalty. My goodness me. Now Fence might try to maybe look for a move back here on Warden. If he's lucky. Well, Warden's just running a little bit wide there.
Ben's had a clean start again. He's up to 9th
Fence.
now. So there's a big group of, or
He's
the
going
big
for
train,
it.
sorry, from
Lag, he's going to sit
7th.
watch. Fence! Oh, he's got it to Warden. Fence is around. A bit of a risky move there for Fence, I have to say. He really did not need to go for that, to be honest. As Team Manik Ben's now looking for the move, possibly on Exodona. President Cosby's had a terrible run. Dona looks for the move on Cosby. And he's
Yeah, Cosby had to take
done.
evasive action earlier.
No, that was a different corner, mate. That wasn't from Fence.
Yeah, but he had a bad exit onto the straight.
Yeah. And now Laggy's closing in here on Warden for 4th place. So it is all happening here at the moment. H.O. right on Roscoe
Laggy's
up.
in the pits.
Pit stops happening
Oh,
here.
both the Haas's are coming at the same time.
Both the Haas's are pit at the same time. H.O. gets past Roscoe up. And you're right.
That Laggy
both
person
of
has a 5-second penalty.
And he has a 5-second penalty. Fence is in. That's probably smart of Fence to pit, to be honest. As now, look at this. The Haas's... President Cosby, that's cost him a lot of time. Disappointing for President Cosby. So, yeah. Lagging Fence.
You know who is looking quite good? Is Ben. He's up to 6, albeit he hasn't had to stop
he's about
yet,
to go
like
up
the
to
rest of
5th
them.
here.
But
He's about to go to 5th
yeah,
here.
he's not.
And he gets... Can he get
His
it
tires
done?
aren't dropping off.
Yeah, he does. Gets it done. So, Ben goes up into P5. And now, he's not far away from Warden. To be honest, he's not that far away from the top 4. Even the leader. He's not
He
that
could be
far away.
a dark horse at the end of the game.
It could very well be. It could very well be at the end of this race.
Whatever.
And now H.O. Also H.O. H.O.'s moving up as well in the McLaren. So we
That's
could
keeping
see
very quiet.
yeah, we could see a very feisty fight here towards the end of this race. Look at this battle now for 4th. Warden, Tim Manik, Dona and H.O. It's all happening here. 1.1 now to Jared and Alan Hugo, by the way, so that could heat up soon. This H.O. no. He will wait a bit to get that move done next to Dona for 6th place. Ben will close in here on Warden as well. So 2 distinct battles here at the moment. For 6th and 4th, and Roscoe Arm will try to close up on this battle as well. As our Neon and Palms.
Look at Ben.
I should probably watch this battle because Ben's going to get it done. Warden defends. He might... Oh, Warden... Yeah, he just sits behind. I think Warden was just giving the move there. It does look like Ben is the faster one at the moment on the softs than Warden. I don't know about the top 3, but we're about to find out the pace that Ben has to the top 3.
Roscoe's got to run on Zedona.
Atra's also gone past Sedona, so Roscoe will look for the move here on the Toro Rosso. He's got it done. Oh!
Hairy moment, I'm guessing.
I mean, let's just say all Donuts had a bit of a moment as well. If that was me, that'd probably been lights out. But here is the leaders at the moment. Jared leads. Alan Hugo second. Nissan Ryan in third. And then now Team Matic Ben is in fourth. Warden in fifth. Atro 6, who's now closer in on Warden for fifth at the moment. So both Atro and Ben could be factors in this race towards the end as Ryan picks up another time penalty.
He's closing that gap though.
That's right.
I'll tell you who is looking good. He's pumps for the wind as well. Ben's teammate. He's up to 10th on the soft tyres as well. Hassling Neon in 9th.
That's right. As yeah, it's very close between those two, but I have to watch Atro here. Closing in on Warden for fifth. Atro sure will he get this one done? He will. He'll get it done easily. Atro now up into P5. Warden I think he tried to find it slightly, but Atro does get it done. And Roscoe now's going to go into the party here, and he's going to look for the move on Warden. So Warden's just got no pace at the moment. Roscoe looking for the move on the Force India, and he gets it done. So Warden now goes back to P7.
Oh, now he's made a mistake. Oh, he's lucky to get away with that.
Poms. And Master Berserk also right on Neon as well. As Ryan's in.
Down in 15th.
Ryan's in. So the first of the leaders in at the moment as Ryan pits for the soft tyres. So now the question is...
He'll probably be backing his long run pace as Laggy gets a brilliant move done on Conrad.
Yes, gets it done on Steve
Conrad
Bingham.
gets it back.
And now Donor might close in on Warden here. So, and Warden not far from Roscoe maybe to look for a move back. And there's a battle, massive battle going on here. And who's that around? That's Juice Mars.
Berserk. Oh, no, sorry.
It's Juice Mars. He was close. I think it might have been his teammate. Might have been Conrad Straight. So that's a disaster there for the Saubers. Look at this battle here.
Ben's only 7 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, indeed. That's right. And the good thing for Nissan Ryan too, by the way, he is in clean air at the moment. Well, no, I think he's just past Laggy. So now he's got clean air. But Laggy might try to find him. No, I think Ryan's just getting away. And it's any of the time. Alan Hugo! My goodness. Jared is in.
Jared's in pits.
Alan Hugo's in.
That's going to see the gold helmet of Team Matic take the race lead on his return.
As our Warden pits. So Warden in as well. And I believe, if memory serves me correct, he has a 5-second stop-go penalty. Yep,
Ben.
That's right. What has happened to Ben?
He's just... I think he's tried to carry too much speed in and picked himself up a penalty.
Right
Roscoe's up into third, actually. So
Well, he
he's
hasn't
stretching
put it
those super softs out.
So Ryan has closed that gap on Alan Hugo. He's definitely closed that gap.
Berserk and Neon are going at it. Both boys yet to pit.
Now, so Feds actually has... I think he's pretty much only got the same amount of time that he originally had when he pitted. So, yeah, it's going to be a long sit for Feds in this one. But yeah, your leader at the moment is Team Matic.
Oh, what's happened to Juice Masters?
Juice Masters out. I don't want to say it, but it might have just been a retirement, maybe. Might just retire to the pits, possibly.
Yeah, I can't see yellow flags or a car anywhere, so...
Yeah, I'd say he's retired to the pits, most likely. Roscoe... I thought he had a little moment there, but maybe not. He probably will pit shortly, Roscoe in third at the moment. A good result at the moment. No, he's not pitting. Roscoe's staying out. He's pushing those supers. And if you think you can...
Ben's pulling away from HO.
Why not? As, yep, Ben and HO down, Neon's in. Ryan does the fast lap of the
There's
race.
Ryan's pace.
Ryan is closing in on Alan Hugo. So top banter in as well. The new reserve driver of the league. So Alan Hugo, every time I see Alan Hugo, he's always down like on 20% ERS. But the margin's setting between HO and Tim Marnick at the moment.
I think Ryan did that lap saving ARS as well, so... Roscoe's got to pit this lap.
I don't think
surely.
he did, to be honest. But Roscoe... Yeah, Roscoe's struggling here. He has to pit.
Yeah, his car's sliding everywhere.
Maybe he was hoping for maybe a safety car or something, but with this game you can't really take the risk with a safety car.
Oh!
So, what's happened?
What's happened? Conrad Straight is lagging everywhere. Oh. Sorry, I thought he'd stopped on track and hit Warden, but turns out he hadn't.
Cirque and Poms closing up on each other here. Jared is closing in on this battle. So this could get interesting as Roscoe indeed is in.
I think his hand was more or less forced there.
Jared, I think he'll get this bit done easily on Berserk. Yeah, he will. Berserk will just let him go.
Of course, Jared's in the net race lead.
That's right, he is. And Alan Hugo now will try to get that move done as Jared looks for the move on Poms. Gets it done.
Nicely done.
Look at this. Alan Hugo's got to be patient here. As Conrad Straight's left the session. Oh, Alan Hugo. Now, Alan Hugo, as I said, he's just got to be patient here to get past these two. Berserk might look for the move here on Poms. So, Alan Hugo, he's just going to sit here and watch these two battle. Berserk, there's contact! Oh! And Alan Hugo just gets through it. Something like that can happen. That's why you got to be patient with your moves. Ryan, could he try to get the move? Oh, I thought he might have sneakily maybe gone for a move on Alan Hugo. But, so Hugo's now through. Ryan there. My goodness me.
Oh, what's happened to Berserk? Is he just retired, or?
He might have just retired. So Master Berserk out of this race, and there's another yellow flag. Might have just been castling through. Other cars through. So it's on in between the top three. Net in the race at the moment. But yes, it's still Team Abatic that leads. HO second. And then these three here have pitted. Both DRC, Jared, Alan Hugo, and New Zealand Ryan, they've both pitted. So, now Roscoe's down in 10th. And he'll probably get in a pop. So, it will be a good result here tonight for Roscoe in the Red Bull. Looks like. And he is on freshers. Well, he's just got a time penalty. So,
Jinx.
But he is on fresher softs, so he will have a little bit more pace probably towards the end of this race. Alan Hugo just slided everywhere with that car. But it is definitely on. These three, definitely the three battling for the championship at the moment. We'll have a look at what the time penalties are a little bit later on, because I'm pretty sure they will increase as the race goes on. As Ben finishes lap 13, still in the lead. HO is in second. And if those two got a safety car, they'll be going crazy. Because fresh supers, ooh. And
They drop off though.
it's true, they do drop off though. Everyone's trying to figure just messaging for an invite, but I can't, Mr. C. Bingham, because I am streaming. As that margin's so steady between Jared and Alan Hugo. Sam Warden trying to make his moves back up here.
Yep.
Trying to move back up through the field. So things are quite steady at the moment in this race. That margin's starting to come down between Jared and the top two, as we do have expected. Fens closing in on Laggy for 7th.
So Ben, at the moment, if he pits, would come out in 8th. And then combined with a few other people pitting, I think that'd be a good result considering you started, what, 12th was it?
Somewhere around that, yeah. As Fens still maybe trying to get closer to that Haas. And Lucille and Ryan also closing slowly in on Alan Hugo, who Alan Hugo also is slowly closing in on DRC Jared.
Ben's back.
As Fens. Yes. Well, Ben is close to that, getting that margin away between him and HO.
I think he's really pushing, but it's costing him in penalties.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, HO's McLaren does not look happy at all. It's left, right, up, down.
Well, the thing about penalties is that Ben will probably know that there's a lot of these guys will probably have penalties. So it's not going to be the end of the world if you get a penalty, because it's probably guaranteed almost everyone's got a penalty at the moment. But look at this. It's under a second now between Jared and Alan Hugo. Alan Hugo's just slowly just down on ERS. But we're seeing him work it before. He's done well with it before. Now, watch Tim McMahon here. I see he come into the pits, possibly this battle between Fens and Poms for the win. Poms is not pitted either. Ben's in. And I'd say Atro will probably... No, he won't. Atro staying out. So, Ben in for most likely will be a set of supers. It indeed is.
HO's got a penalty. I think that's his first.
Now, I wonder where Ben's going to come out here. Poms is in as well. He's going to come out,
7th.
I think... No, he's out. Okay. So, 7th. Possible 5th here, I think, for Ben here tonight. I think 5th is probably around his best chance. Unless he can really reel in those leaders. But anything can happen. Anything can absolutely happen. Especially now that Alan Hugo's under a second between him and Jared. But Ryan's there hunting. He's there. HO, I think it's probably time for him to pit. It's also...
Jared's been caught by quite a bit.
Ryan, though, he's right on Alan Hugo here. Might look for the move on this McLaren, and anytime soon. Fens and Laggy going side by side. Laggy looks... Fens just pulls in. The Fens. Just... As, look at this now. The battle is on. HO's in.
I don't know where Warden's catching Roscoe.
He is. But look at this. Alan Hugo. Right on DRC Jared.
I think we're going to have an exciting last 10 laps.
Fans, I apologise, Ryan. I didn't mean to call you fans. New Zealand Ryan in third.
Oh, Ben's all over the back of these boys.
Well, I have to watch this battle here, mate. This is for the lead. Ryan, I know you like Ben, mate, but this is for the lead. Ryan looks for the move on Alan Hugo. Oh! Now, that could have been very close.
Ryan's maturity is really showing there.
Yeah, that could have ended badly. As you're right, Ben now. Oh,
Ben's got leg. Oh,
he's turned fence. He's gone too deep there. I think he's just gone too deep there, Ben. Oh dear. We'll have to talk about that later on because this battle for the lead is on. Oh, Alan Hugo looked. Oh, he looked.
Warden did get past Roscoe.
There's still about 10 laps to go. There's still many laps to go in this one. Now, it looks like Ben might not have got a wing damage from that, but we'll talk about that in just a second because Alan Hugo... No, he just sits in behind Jared. He's preparing to make the move here. But... look at this. Ryan is also on. Right on Alan Hugo. The top three. Right here, right
Ben's
now.
got that leggy person.
Penalties could change all this. But we'll talk about that later. Oh, Alan Hugo did not have the best exit, but he will still get DRS on Jared. Ryan is going to have massive pace on him here. Ryan's going to look for it.
Hugo doesn't have his DRS open.
Oh, tries to go around the outside. This bit of contact. Oh. Alan Hugo. Has he got a DRS failure? Because I'm sure he would. Yeah. He would have been at least under a second on Jared.
He would have had DRS on both those sections.
Yes. Yeah. I think he's got a DRS failure. Oh dear.
That's nasty.
I'll have to watch. I'll stay on board with him here.
He's going to have to overtake you on fashion way if that is the case.
And this is helping Jared get away. No, he does have DRS.
No, he's got DRS.
No,
he's just
it's not open.
It's available, he's just not opening it.
That's it. That's okay. Well, that's an interesting one, but he's right on. He's right back on Ryan here. Ben does the fastest lap of the race, but he'll be wanting to hope these three get into another crazy battle again. I think Jared's going to get away here. We'll have to wait and see. He's not opening DRS. That's a strange one.
It's a Mitchie 950 kind of moment.
Well, I mean, that's... Oh, he's right on Ryan. As our Atros also passed Laggy for 5th.
Yeah.
Laggy actually could Laggy... Oh, no, he won't. Laggy's smart enough.
No.
Smart enough to not send it back. As this battle here is still on for second. President Cosby picks up a time penalty. We'll have a look at the time penalty shortly. And we'll see where things will end up here. Alan Hugo still is all over New Zealand Ryan. This is actually slowly allowing Ben to catch up to them.
Oh, Hugo's hit him.
Tell you what. It's... this race...
Jared's making the most of this, though.
It's absolutely crazy. Great battles here at the moment. Alan Hugo Gets a time penalty.
Penalty.
But we don't know what that could
How
mean. We'll have
critical
to
could
wait and
that be, I
see.
wonder?
Alan. He's gone for it.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, was there a little nudge there? There might have been a little tiny contact. He saved his
Still
DRS
great
quite a
spatial
little bit
awareness
as
from
well.
Ryan.
Now he's hit his DRS. Hugo looks.
Look at how much he's closing.
Go for the mill. He's still keeping it there, Alan Hugo. Ryan. They're still side by side, giving each other no space. The hand goes up. The Pasta Maldonado, the Roman Grosjean hand, as now. Oh,
Hugo's got him.
Hugo. Ryan. My goodness me. And
I mean, this is for the championship.
this is just allowing Tim and Money close up even more. Ryan. Oh, Ryan's had a little moment there, I think.
Ben would be loving life right now. But
We've
Jared,
seen
he's
that
pulling
much.
second a lap while these guys are battling.
Oh.
Warden's
This
under
is-
pressure from Zadona here in the midfield.
It is. While things calm down, let's have a look at these penalties real quickly. So Jared has no penalties. Alan Hugo has 1 penalty. Ryan has 2 penalties. Ben has 2 penalties. HO has 3 penalties. So at the moment, Jared is in form here to win this race. And Alan Hugo is in a firm spot to get second. So these two are going to gang on New Zealand Ryan in the championship. Whew. My goodness me. So while things are slowed eased up a little bit, and Alan Hugo's close to that margin back down. He's got to take it. He doesn't want to get another penalty though. So he's got to be cautious. But it's Jared, Alan Hugo, New Zealand Ryan, Tim Emanek, as I'm definitely the first up of the race. HO 5th, Laggy 6th, Warden 7th, Roscoe in 8th is slowly starting to catch up to Warden, I think. Now, Neon, Palms, Top Banter, Exodona's pitted for the Ultra, so what was...
I didn't see anything.
So something maybe happened there. Well, that's just a yellow flag. I think it's just Death Bro. Yeah, it's just on Death Bro. Fence is down in 13th, so pitting early for him has pretty much cost him. So maybe getting that pole position might have just cost him quite a bit. President Cosby, actually...
Yes?
No. Okay, I thought Death Bro might have had a flat tire, but he doesn't. I don't know what he's doing. And then TPR Edge in 16th and Conrad straight TPR. Ryan gets another time penalty.
I don't know whether that was a bit of a brain fade or not. He just drove off track.
This could allow, maybe, if he doesn't get another penalty, could allow Ben get on the podium. Let me just have a look. Let me have a look. How many... 1, 2... Yeah,
Ben has 2 penalties.
Yes, Ryan's got 3. So, Ben can close that margin down. His first race back at SRL, he could get on the podium.
The podium?
As
That'd be a great return.
Alan Hugo, once again, he's close to that margin back up to Jared. So the battle for the lead might not be over yet. As the two Toro Rossos are having a little bit of a battle here. Dona gets past, but Dona is on the quicker tyre.
Yeah, Jared's just cruising by the looks of it.
Oh,
Now he's gone.
He's not cruising, mate. I've been watching him. He's been on high ERS. He hasn't been cruising. He might be been saving a little bit, but he hasn't been, as you say, cruising. So, but who knows? He might. Master Berserk may have told him about the penalty that Alan Hugo has, because I know Berserk and Jared are in the same party. So Berserk might have gave him a little bit of information there. I know there's different teams, but that's what happens when you're in a party with a few people.
wouldn't know.
As Roscoe's trying to hunt down
Donor goes
Mordred here.
fastest lap. Ben's gap looks to have just stalled at the minute.
That's right. He might be starting to struggle with those supers, maybe. But he hasn't used much of his CRS, so that could be interesting. Now, I just want to check here. No, not Ben. Is it still one? No, it's 2 warnings. So, Jared doesn't want to get another time penalty here because that'll be equal. Alan Hugo is close and run up here on DLC Jared.
Whoa. He's just so much later under brakes.
So much later on the brakes. He's here. Oh, there's a bit of contact.
A friendly love tap.
A little bit of friendly love tap there. It's not over yet.
Oh, Ponce wins on the back of Sedona.
But I tell you what.
Or has Sedona just gotten past?
Jared could be just taking it cautiously here, trying to not get another time penalty as well. Wanting to get this result.
Could do. Roscoe's
I did forget
been overtaken by Warden?
Yeah. No, he's closed it in on Warden.
I had a 50-50.
Yeah. Look at this. Alan Hugo is right on Jared. For the lead. 4 to go.
Spicy.
Dona's out of the race. As now, can he look for the move? Alan Hugo ran the outside.
Dona's crashed.
Jared! And Hugo goes to the lead. Jared will try to look for it back on him. There's still yellow flag score. Andrew's out as well. As now, can DLC Jared go for the mid? Oh, there's a bit of contact. Jared's around. Whoa. He holds on to it. That's a time penalty. He was going around the outside there.
Missed that.
That. Oh, he's struggling. He might have. Does he have wing damage? I don't know if he. Oh. It would have been a really hard hit to get. No, he doesn't have damage. But those rears will be feeling absolutely not gorgeous right now.
Sorry, I missed it.
That was a hairy moment there.
Did you just drop it, or?
No, I think. I apologise if I got this wrong, because I know a lot of people watching this and my memory's not great. Short-term memory's not great, but I think he's gone around the outside of Alan Hugo. There's a bit of contact. That's that'll be an interesting one if these two are first and second, and we'll. Oh, Jared!
Yep. Of course, Ben's caught up by another second.
Yeah, Ben might get
HO's catching here. Ben.
And HO as well, yeah. I think Alan Hugo's gotten away with this one. For the win. I don't know about that incident. But that was... I'd say that's probably a racing incident maybe, but you have to see both on boards for that.
Could be a bit of netcode.
I'll have to wait and see. As I just want to watch Charity because... Now he's stuck. Oh, no, okay. So now he's got a CRERS. He was on hot lap ERS for a second there. For quite a bit, actually. As now Warden, Laggy, going at it here. Warden gets the job done on Laggy.
Of course, Roscoe's in this battle as well.
Laggy's been on those tyres for 19 laps. Maybe looks for it now. So that's 2.8 now. Alan Hugo. He's got this lead. And depending if penalties play havoc in the last 2 laps, he should win this race.
He's got to make sure he doesn't get complacent.
Now, let me make sure he hasn't got a penalty plus 2. Oh, so we'll have to. He doesn't want to get another warning.
It's not over.
Even though the gap is 2.8 seconds, so I think he'll manage to hold on anyway. Ryan is closer back in on DRC Jared. But it won't really matter with 2 laps to go. 4 seconds, the gap between Ben and New Zealand Ryan. Has Ben gotten another as he... Well, it says he's got 3 warnings there, so...
Could be a contact warning.
Could be, yes. Could be a contact warning, possibly. Probably with Fens. Possibly.
Yes.
That incident with him and Fens. So,
We got President Cosby going for a move on top banter.
Roscoe and Laggy. Roscoe runs wide there, and Laggy tries to hold up, but Roscoe's holding on here. Bit of contact. Roscoe, can he get... Yeah, he holds on. Roscoe holds on for P7. Good result for Roscoe as we are on the final lap. Alan Hugo pushing that margin.
Got to make sure he doesn't get a warning though.
That's right, he's got to make sure he doesn't get a warning. But I don't think that's going to matter. Ben gets a time penalty.
No,
and there
Ben.
it goes. There goes that podium.
There goes your podium, son.
I believe. I think.
HO's just returned the favour as well.
But as Alan Hugo, he's had a good race. Bit of some hairy moments for him, no doubt about it. And this will be important for his championship. This will get him back to 2nd in the points. Move Jared back down to 3rd, but it looks like this is the battle for this series. Ryan, Jared, and Alan Hugo for this championship. Not even halfway through the season yet. And there's still a lot more to inspire, more to go crazy here. But Alan Hugo...
Taste it. We've got a battle for 10th here as well for the final point.
Well, we'll have a look at that later on. But Alan Hugo, that's coming around the final few corners. This is, I believe, his 2nd win of the season. Because he won in Spain. So Alan Hugo will cross the line. He will win the French Grand Prix. Jared, probably what could have been for him in 2nd. Ryan, 3rd.
Oh, is Ben going to get
Is
paid?
Ben 4th? No, Ben had that extra penalty. They were tied on penalties.
That's right. Sorry.
Yes. HO crossed the line in style. Warden will just... Well, we're about to find out because I know Warden's got quite a few time penalties. No, Warden gets up to 5th. So Roscoe and HO, who had quite a number of... Roscoe's had a ton of penalties. I apologise, Warden. So Warden goes up to 5th. Now,
how dare you?
Roscoe's had much time penalties. He's gone there back to 9th. And Poms is in the middle of like 3 cars. And crosses the line on 10th. My goodness,
what a race.
That was
good.
I think probably the best race of the season so far. No doubt about it for me, because there was a lot of great battles going on. A lot of great battles that happened there. Even though Monaco was crazy, so was Baku.
Jared's headless on my screen.
Oh dear. As the top 3. And wait for the results to come up, and I want to take you through the results.
It's good to see everyone getting a all 3 of them.
Take us through the results.
Wins. Right, so when it loads up, we have Alan Hugo who takes the win here for the return to the French Grand Prix, followed by DRC Jared. New Zealand Ryan in 3rd, rounds at the podium. Ben on his return comes in 4th, with Warden 5th, HO 6th, Laggy Person 7th, Neon 8th, Roscoe Arm 9th. Ponce for the win picks up the final point in 10th, with Top Banter 11th, VFens 12th, President Cosby 13th, Conrad Strait finishes the lap down and disconnected 14th. I'm Death Bro 15th, Zedona 16th and DNF, TPR Edge 17th, and Master Berserk 18th, followed by Juice Mars.